Okay, nines. Had a few requests for some of the practice tests. I have posted the solutions, but if you're still stuck, you can watch the videos as well. So number 3 says find the values of k for which these lines are parallel and then solve algebraically. So you know that when lines are parallel, that they have slopes that are equivalent. So the first thing I would do here is I would write the slopes for both lines. So I'm going to label this line 1 and this line 2. And then I know that slope, when it's in standard form, is negative a over b. So what I'm going to do then is find the slope of both of those lines. So I know that m1 is going to equal negative, and in this case my a is k and my b is negative 2. So it's going to be k over negative 2, which is equal to k over 2, because two negatives when multiplied together make a positive. So that's the first slope. So now let's take a look at the slope of the second line. So I find the slope of the second line, and again it's negative a over b, so I'm going to write my negative. A in this case is 8, so I'm going to replace a with 8, and b is negative k, so I'm going to write down negative k. Once again, I'm multiplying, I end up with this double negative situation. I'm going to have negative 8 over negative k, so that becomes 8 over k. All right, so our next step then is to set them equal to each other. So I'm going to set m1 equal to m2, or the slope of line 1 equal to the slope of line 2. So I have k over 2 equals 8 over k. Well, now it just becomes a simple solving question. So if I want to solve it, remember I can either multiply by a common denominator, or as I move things across the equal sign, I can just do the opposite operation. So here I have k, it's being divided by 2, so I want to take 2 to this side, so that means I'm going to multiply by 2. So I have k equals 2 times 8 over k, or k equals 16 over k. Well, now I want to take k over to this side. So when I do that, right, I'm going to undo my operations. Sorry, so I want to multiply both sides by k. I probably should have shown that step up here, actually, right? When we do the 2, we end up multiplying this side by 2 and this side by 2, and then these 2's become a 1, and that's how we get 1k equals 2 times 8 over 16, or k equals 16 over k. So now let's take a look at this k. So we want to take this k to the other side, because we only want k's on one side and numbers on the other. So to do that, then I'm going to multiply both sides by k. So again, I'm going to multiply this side by k, and I'm going to multiply this side by k. Well, hopefully you remember that k times k is k squared. And here, k divided by k is just 1, so k squared equals 16. So I'm almost done. Now I have k squared equals 16, and what I want to do is I only want 1k, so that means I have to undo this squaring. So if you remember, the opposite operation of squaring is square rooting. So I'm going to square root both sides, in essence, right? So I'm going to do k equals the square root of 16, and so k equals 4. Now, there's always another solution, because you know that 4 times 4 is 16, but don't forget that negative 4 times negative 4 is also 16. So when you take that squaring across or when you decide to take the square root of both sides, you have to take the positive square root and the negative square root. So now k equals negative 4. So therefore, k equals 4, or k equals negative 4, will make the lines parallel. All right, nines, hope that helps. Hope studying's going well.